So I want you to walk with me here as I tell you this, okay? I want you to imagine you're looking outside your window. When you look outside your window, what do you see? The world is on fire. Depending on where you live, it might be literally on fire, or it might just be so hot that it might as well be on fire. And you look out and you see that terrible world where everything that is possibly going wrong is going wrong, and all the people who are supposed to be in the positions to resolve these things before they become crises are only incentivized to resolve these things after they become crises. You look at that world and you think, fuck everything, I want to talk about One Piece for a while because I like it a lot, and I want to do that with my fiance on Twitch. That is what this
on Twitch.
Yes, fiance. It's your longer name, fiancé on Twitch.
Fiancé on Twitch.
Fiancé on Twitch. Okay, so here's the thing.
If I get any more Armstrong, I'm gonna get shot.
Yeah, it's Kraz. That's the thing. I'm worried about that. Speaking of Frenchmen, One Piece was once upon a time this weird, ephemeral thing that Austin liked, that Marina liked when she was a kid. It was this thing to me that I didn't quite understand. It was Pirate Show. It was the funny pirate show. Since then, I have become quite familiar with One Piece. I have read a lot of manga. I have seen a lot of anime. There's still quite a lot I haven't seen, but there is quite a lot I am in the know about. I'm up to date on events. It's truly the thing I needed to remember that the most popular media in the world is often the media that is most severely critiquing capitalism. And One Piece is the most socialist fucking piece of media that has ever gotten this popular. Other than maybe, I think a dude named Carl put out a book once, but I'm not sure if that was...
I thought his name was Mark. I thought it was Mark's
I think
book.
you're thinking of the philosopher or the streamer. It's one or the other. Maybe it was the same dude.
I don't know. Who cares? That's not important.
I'm pretty sure he poisoned a lot of children either way. Anyways, let's talk about pirates.
Yeah, that doesn't have funny pirates. Therefore, it's not socialist.
God. The only way to understand socialism is if it's pirates or not.
Is through the lens of pirates.
So.
Okay, Kraz. My opinion on the live-action adaptation. I have yet to see it. We do not have Netflix. We do not support Netflix.
There we are.
However, our girlfriend has seen it, and she's also seen a fair bit of One Piece.
I've also seen quite a few clips of the live-action show. You know the drill. I'm getting set up. I'm just gonna start on an easy one for us to just kind of play and let people see in the background as we talk about this. I'm gonna go to East Blue.
Okay. But from everything I've seen and read,
the first step to destruction. That's what I'm doing.
Okie dokie. From everything I've seen and read about the changes, I fully support like 99% of them.
Like
some I think are weird changes, like not good or bad, just bizarre.
You can join now, Ozzy.
Okie dokie. But so far I'm pretty cool with what I've seen. Yeah, I can't really talk into more detail until I see it.
From everything I have seen, from all of the clips I have seen, from summaries I've read, from not being able to watch an entire episode without being what I would consider a scab in this case. However, I don't think every individual who watches things on Netflix is a scab. It's just my personal rules as someone who calls themselves a writer are different. But let's set sail. Oh no, there are female enemies. We're gonna talk about that in a second.
Sanji is at a disadvantage. Just let me fuck him up.
I am...
Nami has no qualms about beating up the women she's attracted to.
This is true. Okay, in that case, I'll take care of the Commander. Let me know if the audio for the game is too loud, y'all, in chat. I will turn it down. But every decision I've seen for changes has been to get to the same narrative point with fewer beats that rely more on individual character acting. In my opinion, this is a good thing. Like, what I mean by this is, speaking of Sanji, a lot of Sanji's story at the Baratai, at the restaurant, was simplified, was streamlined into the course of an episode, into a length of television history, and a lot of it is turned into a more like domestic dispute, and a lot of the shonen things that occur happen instead. Like, as other events we are seeing happening simultaneously in the world. We're watching shit that the world government is doing that is not at the scale of this 19-year-old kid working at a restaurant.
Yeah.
In my opinion, when you have the... It still maintains the absurdity of One Piece, but there's only so much you can get away with before it just starts to be really strange or uncanny valley. Source, they tried this shit with Cowboy Bebop. They tried to just let silly
so
scenes
easy to
play.
adapt.
Yeah, they
Hi,
could have
Penny.
just... They could... Hey, Penny. They could have just let Cowboy Bebop play as, like, you know, the mostly serious scenes, like the mostly cerebral, like, just characters talking in a room scenes. And, like, could have focused on that. And a lot of the Netflix adaptation did focus on that. But only for core character moments, rather than it being the driving point of the plot. In a series as character-driven as One Piece, they made the decision to limit their scope to, like, this is the episode where this character is going to have their big arc, instead of this is the arc of this character for a bit. When they're trying to compress that much into one season, all of East Blue into one season, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I do too.
Let's go, Gotti. Never felt paced. That's a good way of putting it. Just lack of intent in pacing. Like trying to adapt individual aspects of it in individual episodes without really considering how those things related to one another and how they made use of the medium they were in. Like, look, their Ed in the anime is a very specific type of autistic. Whether that is the intention or not, that is definitely how it comes across. They tried to keep the same, like, pacing of Ed's delivery of humor relativistic to every other character in the live-action adaptation, but the whole of the live-action adaptation was forcibly slowed down by medium of not being animated, inherently being a bit of a, like, again, stiffer, smaller movements are more important. Smaller things are more important. Rather
Don't come
than
to me,
big...
Sherry. I'm fighting Nami.
Oh, well, I'll go fight Luffy then.
Yeah, you can beat up a man. Sanji has proven that he can beat the shit out of Luffy, no problem.
So...
Definitely felt nothing during that.
Bringing this back... bringing this back to One Piece. From everything I've seen, from all the clips I've seen, especially when it comes to Luffy's actor, Penny, could you throw his actor's name in chat once again, because I want to be sure I credit him properly.
Yeah, because he's doing a phenomenal job. Everything I've seen, he does a fucking amazing job.
A lot of what were really over-the-top bombastic scenes for Crocodile's blackmailed into fighting Sanji. Yeah, that's about right. Aiva. Yeah, we have shared history. Don't worry. Inaki Godoy. Godoy? Either way, Inaki Godoy. Please tell me if I'm not saying correctly. Thank you. A lot of very small facial expressions. A lot of tonal changes. A lot of things that are harder to really do in a shonen, where, you know, it's animated, so your expressions are going to be a little more exaggerated. Subtle things don't read as well. And... like tonal shifts.
And One Piece goes hard on the over-exaggeration anyway.
Of course, and a lot of times it plays well in animated form, where everything is animated around it. When they try to do those over-the-top shit, you get Ed in live-action Cowboy Bebop. They're just doing the motions of bombast without considering how the character is supposed to be behaving relative to how you've made the rest of the cast behave. You see them as being absurd and loud and annoying rather than just on a more bombastic wavelength than every other character. Fuck, there's an entire goddamn episode about this in the original Cowboy Bebop. About why Ed is like this, and how he's basically just on a different wavelength from a lot of people, but it's not a bad thing.
I thought it was they.
Sorry, did I say he? With Ed, I'm pretty sure it's she or they sometimes, but also there's like, you know, the pronoun dispute, generally speaking.
Yes, I just remember I thought it was like intentional, it was like a Hanchi situation where it was kept intentionally ambiguous.
Bismillah, welcome aboard. You love these warrior types of games, they make no sense. Fuck yeah, they don't, baby! I was born to love the ladies. You see, I'm a man. Oh man, give me 2 years,
For
bud.
now.
Oh,
For now.
2 years, bud. Oh, those gay little glasses.
This channel is a safe place for people who accept the headcanon that Sanji's a trans woman in denial.
Yeah. Oda, it's
like,
okay. You can be in the chat.
Cause like, yeah, yeah. Oda, we see you. You're welcome here.
Oda, you're heard. My point being, you can get a lot more out of actors in live action than you can in animation. The things you're getting out of actors in animation are different. You're getting vocal performance, and the shift between it has to be a lot more noticeable, which means there's a lot louder, there's a lot higher highs and a lot lower lows, basically. Those little shifts that are human perceptible shifts in emotion are a lot easier to do if it's a real human doing the acting. So, that they take advantage of that. Luffy, as played by Inaki, is much more, like, deliberately emotionally aware, if that makes sense. Like, you can look at his face and see what he's thinking in real time in a way that is in the animated series, but happens more, like, cartoonishly and over-exaggerated.
Oh, yeah.
Where he'll make, like, a very cartoonish, like, curious face as he does something really stupid. But they find a way to do it just in Inyaki's performance, really. From every clip I've seen, his performance as Luffy is very subtle emotions. Like, he's still over the top, like, really wants you to join his crew, super happy, while underneath he's, like, almost testing you and questioning you and poking at you to see if he actually thinks you'd be a good fit for the crew. So, yes. That is my thought from everything I've seen from the live-action series. I could also talk about thirst, but when it comes to real humans, it starts to get a little weird, so, you know.
Well, yes.
Lightning speed, I'm gonna choose. Still in East Blue.
I can, in fact, watch you select it on stream.
That's fair. I guess there's not very much delay. If we're going fast-paced, lightning speed. I'm gonna give a chase. I enjoy New World and normal, by the way. Like,
yeah.
Are your options are normal?
He stopped being He stopped being normal after he met Luffy.
I've stopped being normal after I met Luffy. Basically, that you can join whenever you're good. That is the One Piece experience. Like, you're like, oh, this is a funny little guy. Sure, what's this show about?
Remember when I told you very consistently, do not start the series for the love of fuck, don't do it.
Because it'll make me cry?
Because it will make you cry, and there's so much all the time.
Smoker. Carrot. Oh, good. Oh, good. Smoker's here to commit child assault. Cool.
And a hate crime. He is still a cop.
This is fair. This is definitely a hate crime. Jesus. Oh, I don't feel good about this. Oh, I wish I was playing as Sanji. Then I couldn't do any damage. Oh, well, there she goes.
Don't worry, I'm playing Mr. Hate Crime himself.
Oh, Lucci. I looked to see if you were Doflamingo at first.
Is it a hate crime when Doflamingo's crimes are predominantly or exclusively against other homosexuals? Does it still qualify as a hate crime then? Because he is doing it because he hates gay people. Because he's a self-loathing gay man.
Well, I disagree. I don't think Doffy is a self-loathing gay man. I think he just hates Law so much that it made him hate all other gay people, but he loves himself just fine.
That's fair.
Okay, if you don't know One Piece bullshit, all of this is Greek to you, so I'm so sorry, but that's what this stream is gonna be.
Yeah. Hey, if it's any consolation, one of us should play Doffy next time. Give them a good look at the fucking queer that we're talking about.
I will say, Krez, from everything I've seen, no joke, the live-action series seems like a good way to onboard yourself to, like, what...
Yeah, genuinely, from what I've heard.
What it is as a series.
It does the most important thing that an adaptation needs to do, in my opinion, which is capture the themes of the series.
Yes.
Again, Penny, our girlfriend, she's seen the series and also has seen a significant chunk of the anime to, accommodate with that. As a trio, we're about to head into Dressrosa for too long.
That's right. Speaking of Doflamingo committing hate crimes on Law.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, here's the thing. I could absolutely see Doffy being the kind of person who tortures Law publicly, while also saying, just to be clear, this has nothing to do with your sexuality.
Only because Law is the exact type of guy who would be like,
just because I'm gay, yeah. Oh man, wow, what a free and open society you've made.
It has nothing to do with his sexuality, but he will make it have everything to do with his sexuality.
I'm sorry, Takagi. I'm sorry. I don't feel good about this.
Well, she is a cop.
Well, yeah, but she's my friend. I'm playing Smoker.
That's true. She is the fictional good cop.
Yeah, hence fictional.
Yeah.
She watched one episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine and decided being a police officer could be morally defended, and also because she was already going to be a cop before realizing it was going to be morally complicated. Anyways, that's Tashigi. Tashigi is the person who's like, I want to help people by being a cop, and then realize too late, oh shit, those two things are morally opposed.
I mean, that's literally what most of her conversations with Smoker are about, yes.
Yeah. Doffy tortures Law publicly during the Pride Parade. It's part of the show.
Which he only started in support of Law.
Yeah, when he was a kid, like, Law at this point didn't even know if he was gay or not, and Doffy's like, congratulations, you little queer. I almost said a thing, I'm on Twitch.
I heard it start.
I'm gay, we're queer, you know this, y'all know this.
We can say it, and you all know what we were going to say, but we're not going to have
some straight teenager say, how dare you say the slur. We're reclaiming it, bitch. Anyways, this is Doflamingo's dialogue for Dressrosa.
This is Doffy talking to Luffy.
Twitch, do not get mad. Base boost, please, no.
Business.
Point. There is no more Luffy.
Oh god, I have to fight Ace and Sabo.
No!
Well,
not the ASL brothers. Man. Good god.
Do you think Oda did it on purpose?
No, I legitimately don't think he did.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, Ace, Sabo, Luffy, as though it is the ASL trio.
Yup.
And now they're dead.
Yeah.
So...
Hey, yeah, there's the entirety of One Piece's philosophy towards cops established right there. Justice will win. Doesn't matter what I do to get it.
Justice will win, because I'm justice and I will do anything to win. God, it really is just like fucking Elon and like Bill Gates like saying, I'm doing this to save the world. Like, you can excuse literally anything if the thing you're doing it in the name of is for the world. For everyone, for humanity. Especially in the case of One Piece, where often it is for humanity, and only humanity. Just humans.
Yeah.
Not all the beast folk who exist. Not all the, what are they, mink? And
not
fishmen.
The minks, not the fishmen, not the merfolk. Certainly not the giants.
Swap into the Grand Line.
Grand Line?
Grandpa's training. Hey, this is more in line with shit that people will know if they've seen the live-action series.
Yeah.
They added, like, they backload a lot of stuff with Kobe and Garp, which is cool,
great,
actually. Yeah, legitimately
firm
a good idea.
supporter of that decision.
Because Kobe is a very, in my opinion, needed foil. For, I'm gonna try Kuzan. I don't think I've played Kuzan yet. I'm gonna give him a go.
For the sake of the chat, I am going to play as Doflamingo.
Please do.
They have to know. They have to know who we're talking about.
Now, you ready for the worst part of this fucking game? Unlocking shit?
Yeah.
No, there is not a faster way to do this.
There isn't. Not that I've discovered. And I have literally maxed out every single character in this game. Which, by the way, I did that last night.
Wow. Shit. Congrats, love. Goddamn.
Yep. Now I'm ready for the second round of DLC. Kill me.
Yeah, there was a honestly, to this game's credit, there was what, a year and a half to 2 years where it seemed like development had ceased. But
yeah.
As the series continued, they were like, oh cool, rather than do a new game immediately, like now with Wano, it's actually just we're still updating this game. We're adding new content for this game. You know, paid, obviously, fucking
obviously. But I mean, 9 more playable characters. I'll fucking take it. I'm cool with that.
Man, I love menus. Speaking of Starfield.
Oh, do I? I was gonna say, do I have a game to recommend to you?
Any y'all in chat been playing that? I am curious because I have only seen it from the outside point of view. And TBH, I'm not really sure how I feel about it. You started it?
Hey, me too. That's as far as I got.
I've heard about a lot of people starting this game.
It's a Bethesda RPG, but it's so new that it doesn't have a mod scene yet. Which is to say the worst possible thing that it could be.
Okay, what fucking specific bullshit token am I missing? I need marine token for that. Alright, I'll call it there for now. I'll try the default ones. Alright, here we go. The most recent game you played was Naughty Bear. Fair enough.
Chat, do you see our problematic flamingo man?
You can see him, he's the pink one.
Who just skates on people.
Yeah, high fashion queer here. Although you can't say high fashion queer in this series because that's like most of the cast.
I was gonna say that's everybody.
Yeah, it's like saying that about JoJo's, like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, like literally in that case explicitly, and in this case more so based off of celebrities. Fun fact: do you want to know which celebrity Sanji is based off of? Well, I'm glad you asked. Of course, it's Steve Buscemi.
Which makes it makes no fucking sense to me, and I don't know if Oda was saying that as a bit. And quite frankly, I hope we never get clarification. I think it's funnier this way.
I actually do think he was being serious, because he's specifically saying in Reservoir Dogs, Mr. Pink in Reservoir Dogs is the inspiration for Sanji's design, because he wanted a, quote, handsome American design. which is, you know, very fun, especially because he became the Frenchman.
I was gonna say because he's French.
All right, Buggy.
Yeah, I'm beating up Buggy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is narratively apt. This is what happens in Marineford.
I'm sorry for the heartbreak I've caused Penny.
Yes, this is also true. Oda was
Yes,
going to be
Oda
named...
was going to name Sanji Naruto.
Yeah, his name was going to be Naruto before his buddy was like, hey, I'm doing a series. I got a name of the pro tag, Naruto. He's like, oh, damn. Okay, you can have that one. That's fine. I'll come up with someone else. Which also, by the way, is further proof that all of the spoiler shit with his family was definitely not planned ahead of time.
At least not the names.
Yeah, I could see him having planned, like, vague shit. Like, the outlines and shit.
Definitely. But the details always, like... The details are going to vary and change as, you know, you set up more and more of the series. Especially since I'm pretty sure I read an excerpt from an interview with him very recently where he said he originally thought One Piece was just going to run for 5 years!
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy.
A fun reminder.
We all thought a lot of things. We've all thought a lot of things in our life.
He thought Wano was going to be like a 2-year-long arc, and it ended up being 4.5.
God, I love this fucking devil fruit.
Oh yeah, the ice fruit is so fun.
Goodbye.
So how's Kuzan treating you?
I'm in. I love him. I love him. He's a little slow, but in a deliberate way. Oh, speaking of the high fashion queer, he's back. I should probably play Law at some point so people can see my boy.
Oh, definitely. They can see you be totally normal about men with Law.
So here's the thing.
Here's where the normalness starts.
I do... Like, I've been talking for a while about all the horrible things Doflamingo has done to Law, but these are also part of the reason why I love him. I love this hot gay man that terrible things keep happening to. Not because I want terrible things to happen to him.
Although I do.
I want to comfort him. This poor man. He's my guy. He's my little guy. Oh, you got force femmed again, little guy. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that happens.
Man, this series has Oda also can't be normal about Law.
No, and neither can his wife.
Yeah. Oda writes about Law like he exists in his house and lives with him and his wife in his home. This is the only character he writes like this for. Like
because his wife is super
in, like,
normal about him.
In the notes in between manga volumes. Okay. Coffee. Okay, Bellamy, goodbye.
Bellamy.
Oh, fleeing! Fucking fleeing! Oh, what a bitch. Alright. Alright, no, that's fine.
Hello. I heard you beat me up, and I'm here to rectify that.
I was gonna say it feels wrong to actually be, like really deliberately trying to take people down as Kuzan, and then I remembered everything that's going on in the series lately, and I'm gonna shut my mouth.
Yeah.
That's reason enough that that's spoiler territory.
No, yeah, absolutely not.
Yeah. Mr. One, Dawes.
Bones. Also, because I forgot to mention it earlier, my one thought on Law is bitches will say that say he's my comfort character and then point to a character who's never had a day of comfort in their fucking lives.
Yeah, this man.
That's you. You're bitches, Sherry. You are bitches.
Yeah, this man has like. So When I was researching for my article on the Trevor Project, they kept using this word, this turn of phrase of like shared experience of like trauma of that. That's what makes a good unpaid counselor for the Trevor Project is shared trauma experience. And I feel like Law is like a collector who's just found all of them. Like he has all the fucking Chaos Emeralds of trauma. He's got every single one under lock and key, and what he took away from that is he just needs to be the hottest, most annoying gay in the room at any given time. And like, same, bestie.
Why does Doffy run like he's about to steal Christmas?
Because he is. Are you kidding me? Yeah,
he would see this How the Grinch Stole Christmas as an aspirational tale, to be fair.
Well, no, I think he would see it as a cautionary tale because he gets a bigger heart at the end. And he said the problem was you were supposed to eat the heart. You weren't supposed to. Your heart wasn't supposed to grow. You were supposed to eat the heart and gain its powers.
So that's how Law got his devil fruit.
Basically, yes. Trauma and heart eating. Like,
hey, if you wanna make it up for Tashigi, do the mission. Take back the famous sword. We just fight with Tashigi.
Take back the famous sword is which? Oh, there it is.
It's still in Grand Line.
Oh, I don't even have an S rank. Sure. Speaking of sword, where is my boy? There is my boy. There is my boy. No, we're on Grand Line, so Grand Line good. Alright, here we go. I refuse to be normal about this man.
I will be very normal about the character I'm playing. Though I do love her.
Oh, yes, Carrot.
Yeah,
Carrot is super cool. And also...
Super 15.
15 American years old. Thankfully, the series is aware of that, even if Toei often fucking isn't.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah, not a fan of that.
I've already maxed out Law, so there's no setup to do with him. So Law's gimmick. I'm gonna go take out Dawes over here. Law's gimmick is you create the room, and then you start sword fighting, and all those effects are also occurring where your room is placed.
Yep.
So the enemies are also taking the damage down.
Still the coolest fighting style. I suck at it, but still the coolest fighting style I've ever seen in a Warrior style in a Musou game.
I jive with it a lot. It feels very like a good balance between button mashing, like combat, like just, you know, smash and mash, and like what is the word I'm looking for? Like brawler style combat, basically, and tactical. Like I'm still trying to place the room where I'm getting some extra damage off, like to take care of all the smaller enemies around me, all the trash mobs.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I'm Karen. I'm just here to beat the shit out of people. I get to embarrass Zoro again? I really am getting to play Carrot.
So many people ship Law and Zoro, and I get it, I don't get it.
I don't. I really don't. I think they have no chemistry.
I see the chemistry that could be there, that if Zoro
was a character?
Yeah.
This is how we start fights with the One Piece fandom. Just say we don't think Zoro is the greatest character in the series, and everyone will come to kill us. I'll even go so far as to say, I think Zoro's the least interesting of the Straw Hats.
I fully agree.
I think he's the least developed, I think he's the least interesting, and quite frankly, I don't like seeing him on screen as much as all the others.
I wouldn't go that far personally. I still am holding out hope for him to get more interesting, basically.
Me too. They set up the starts of character development with the new arc with Egghead, but I don't have. They set up the start of character development in Wano, and Zoro failed to do every single thing he set out to do in Wano.
and then you just kill their hearts. You just crush their hearts. Law literally rips your heart out. He has the power of surgery. This is my operating room here. That's what the hence room. And also Shambles was clearly supposed to be Chamber, but you know, it's too late now, I guess. Fucking Frieza with that particular spelling and all that. Which spelling is the wrong one again? No one.
The correct one is not the one that's used. It's in English versions. It is Frieza, Frieza.
Frieza. Okay, before we keep talking about this, thank you, Kayla. It's Jover. It's never Jover. I try my best to remember that it's never all Jover. Hi, Brooke. I don't even have to be actually aiming at them to fight them, as long as I have the operating room here.
Oh, I got to body Zoro, and now I get to take out Mihawk.
I'm just ripping Mihawk's heart out.
World's greatest swordsman, beaten by a rabbit girl who is a teenager, and the world's gayest man.
Man, I read that sentence backwards. I thought that said Doflamingo flees from Usopp, and I was wondering what the fuck I missed.
Dressrosa, you'll see.
Oh yeah, is that Usopp's big moment?
Yes.
Shit.
No joke. He gets his epithet is changed from Sniper King to God after Dressrosa. So look forward to that.
Fuck you, not uncle.
Abusive, not uncle.
Abusive, not uncle. Cousin uncle. Fucking hell.
No, we're not in the South Blue anymore. We're in the Grand Line.
Yes. I will say, if any of y'all are looking in the market for show recommendations for other shit to watch, honestly, Reservation Dogs has captured my heart. They're beautiful
It
fucking
is pretty
show.
good.
It's so fucking funny as someone who grew up in a small like town, a la this, like right on the edge of what at the time was a reservation, and now I believe no longer is, because the government decided, no, we're good. We only gave you this land that was already yours, and then decided we're actually gonna take it back now. Jesus fucking Christ. But yeah, highly recommended.
Also, yes, Roger in the live-action series, as Penny just said there, doesn't even say I left it all in one piece, so why are we even here?
Yeah, that's the thing. It's called the One Piece, like in universe.
Yeah, in universe, the treasure is the One Piece.
Maybe the decision is to change. Oh, I could honestly see this actually. Maybe the decision is to change the moment where that is said to be Newgate's final words, like to say that it's all in one piece, because it makes more sense over the course of the series, how long the series ran before we got to Marineford, for the series' start inflection point of all the reason all the pirates are going out to do piracy is because all of this treasure is in one place. Yeah, Roger said, all my treasure is in one piece. Go and find it. But it's a very long time out of universe, like in the real world, before we get to Newgate saying the One Piece is real, which reinvigorates
another source which confirms that it is real.
But imagine a series that airs over the course of, like, let's say, if obviously the writer's strike is gonna throw a wrench in this, as it fucking should.
Good.
But let's say another episode, or another season in like 2 years, and it somehow gets all the way to the end of Marineford. Fucking doubt it, but you know, let's say.
Yes, no.
It would be kind of lame if the thing they confirmed was already confirmed in episode 1 at the end of season. Like, the thing that's being confirmed here is all of the treasure is in one place. We knew this already. The reason this matters metatextually in universe is because it makes sense for there to have been a lot of pirates who were starting to get, like, dissuaded, and also for the viewers to kind of lose track of the whole point of this treasure that they all set out for because of all the other shit going on, it makes sense to, in the live-action series, change it to be Newgate is the one who says the One Piece, is the one who says all of it is in one place, and that's what makes, like, that's what sends the second wave of pirates out. Again, narratively, I think that's more satisfying. That might not be what they were intending. Or maybe just because saying I left it all in one piece out loud doesn't make any fucking sense. Let's see.
I left it all in one piece.
Generational change. Let's do that. Still in the Grand Line, and then we'll go to New World.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
I'm gonna start some controversy.
Oh?
I'm gonna play as Kikinojo.
Oh no, you're playing as a trans woman.
Yep. Again, I want to see if we have any of, like, the worst type of One Piece fans.
I haven't actually played Kiku yet, but yeah, just, like...
Do you want to?
I will on this stream, definitely, but, I'm gonna play another one I'm familiar with right now.
Okie dokie.
Croc, that's what I was looking for.
Yeah, I'm going to play the character that resulted in people saying One Piece is gone woke, which is still so funny to me. Gone woke. The other trans man.
Okay.
Sadly, it has not been confirmed that Crocodile is trans. It's just been very, 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 very heavily implied.
I also am not sure if I would say sadly, because it may not be the specific thing they were going for. It just may be something in a similar vein, but also, you know, a context of what queer representation is like for a mangaka in, like, the mid-2000s, basically. Like that kind of mentality. And, like, you know, plans can change over time. So, point being, something's going on. Something, like, canonically, not a joke, something queer is going on with Croc.
Yeah.
Like,
Crocodile is some flavor of queer. That's not up for debate.
Ivankov has some dirt on him. Ivankov, the king of the queers, the queen of the queers.
I didn't know queers had a queen. Cool.
Yeah.
God,
actual line.
Yeah, God, I love Luffy. Also, One Piece is great because in what other series can you play as a 9-foot-tall trans woman cutting people to death with a sword?
Like, it's basically like tabletop games, and that's it.
Straight up. I would not say that the Straw Hat Crew are bad pirates. They... Okay, so they don't hunt merchant ships or anything. But they do fucking kill a lot. Like, they beat up and murder a lot of people.
What being a pirate is means a different thing, both to Luffy narratively, but also, more importantly, in a world in which, like, the marine presence is what it is. Like, in real life, obviously, you had to deal with enforcement if you were a pirate. But a lot of time, you could also leave a jurisdiction and then people wouldn't give a shit. Like, if you, like, leave this island, like, it's not like the guardians of that island, the people who are there, whether it is a militant force or just other people with ships, are gonna really follow you if you're just gone. And, like, again, much like the One Piece crew, a lot of, like, the Straw Hats, a lot of pirates were outcasts, were queer folk, were people who were just not welcome in society for one reason or another. And, like, being a, like, vicious criminal wasn't, like, a default requirement. It was just kind of, like...
a necessity of the life that they were shunted into.
Exactly, and then also much to the benefit of a lot of people who would already want to do that anyway. So you got a mix of people who were, like, queers, criminals, and queer criminals. Speaking of queer war criminals, yeah, Brooke.
I was gonna say Crocodile.
No, I know, I'm joking. There's no
Speaking of
here.
queers, hey Cavendish. Also, I'd say Vista's probably gay.
Luffy.
Look at that mustache.
That's fair. Luffy did at one point get a chance in a movie, so you know, pseudo canon, not really canon, to get a oh my god, what are they called?
Eternal pose.
Yeah, eternal pose, which points in the direction of where the One Piece is, and chose not to take it because they already know vaguely how to get there, and the journey is half the point. The way the One Piece world is laid out is basically there is this one giant line of sea around the world that is the reasonable, safe thing to take. Exactly. Everywhere else is kind of, you know, either
filled with sea
continents.
monsters that will eat you.
Exactly. It's either continents, or it's sea monsters, or it's the Marines. Because the Marines have found a way that they do not reveal to the public to coat the bottom of their ships with sea stone without making them too heavy to actually sink, which is a whole fucking issue. And sea stone wards off the sea monsters, and also weakens devil fruit users and
nullifies
their
them.
abilities.
I'm definitely playing Jinbei. Next round, I'm playing Jinbei.
I can oh come on, get out of the corner.
Alright, Red Dog.
Oh, actually, I'm gonna go take care of that leader just for our score.
I'm gonna handle Fujitora.
Hello. That's ours. So yeah, killing leaders captures bases. If you've played
Any of the
Disney
Warriors games, you
yeah.
know.
Woo. And done.
Actually, I am taller than you.
Wow, you are. Holy shit.
Yeah.
Croc is tall, but I guess he's not that tall, and also he hunches a lot.
He does haunch over.
He's got a case of haunch.
The optimal combat position. Hunched over so that your back is already heavily injured.
Checkmate. Short King Crocodile.
Sure. You know, in this setting, being 8 feet can qualify for Short King.
So, if you are considering getting into One Piece and you're like, I'm going to New World. If you're like, damn, this is long. Captain caught in the middle.
We doing that one?
Sure, it's the very first one.
Okay.
I want to S rank it.
I will show off my favorite character in the whole series.
But yeah, if you want to get into
play him well.
If you want to get into One Piece, it's not a bad idea to watch the live action series if you can get it ethically.
Ethically.
Like, it's a pretty good, like, primer for what the series is trying to do. If you're ever like, damn, this is kind of good, except it really feels like they're holding back on certain things, then watch the anime.
Yeah, that's because they are.
Thankfully,
But the important shit they go all in on.
The fact that it defaults to no is the craziest part, in my opinion.
I know.
Oh, I see. I don't have that up yet.
Yeah.
Nor do I have. I have not reunited father and son.
Why'd you say it weird like that?
Father and son. If One Piece has any fucking message other than the Marines are never going to help you and there is no version of
Cops are not your friends.
There is no version of a world government that can exist ethically without like destroying the lives of innocents. Like it just does. You do not get to the point where one body controls the entire world without there being other people who are being hurt in this process. But anyways, regardless. It's also a series about found family. About found family being as valid or more valid than blood. And the live action series still hits home on that. Yeah, an autocomplete button, anything.
Really would have been nice.
Go. Okay. Let's try out Kiku. I have not played her yet.
She's really fun. Keep forgetting that Jinbei just ass slams people as part of his regular combos.
Of course.
Can't believe I'm jealous of the Marines. What?
Aw, hell yeah! I love that she and Indy, just the language that's used for calling double hit users sorcerers. Like that's just so much fun. I have got to get away from Kizaru. They're fucking devil fruited right now. Capture that. Still. Oh, Jack.
Well, now we're in the hard. Now we're in the big boy missions.
Which is great because I am the big girl. Here
I
we
am
go.
the biggest guy. I said, you know, like a liar.
No, damn it.
It's
Sorry.
fine.
Yeah, we gotta wait. Deactivate the first phase, like let it recharge faster. Turn to ice. Is that ice that they're turning into with that move? Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Got him.
Thank you.
It's fine. I didn't need that health bar.
Failed to rescue villagers.
Oh well.
Oh no.
Crocodile committed another war crime. That just makes him
It's
hotter,
okay.
right?
It's fine. Look. Well, I don't know if I should say that. Okay, committing war crimes isn't by default hot behavior. Okay?
Just when it's Crocodile.
I need... Well, okay, it's not specifically the war crimes. It's the danger associated. I cannot make this clear enough. It is not the act of committing war crimes that itself I find hot.
Otherwise, you'd be a much bigger fan of America.
Hello. You're in a hole. Dig faster. Look, Is there a devil fruit that digs?
Yeah, there's the mole
crocodiles. Yeah, because see, that's the other thing, is they only ever say, at least, and unless this is revealed later in the series, in Impel Down, that it was someone with a digging devil fruit that dug the tunnels and Impel Down, which leads me to believe that could have also been Kronk. That could, like, that's not specifically what his devil fruit is, but it could be how it's
My guess is it was probably the previous holder of the mole fruit, or Crocodile's subordinate, the old mole lady, is a, like, 50-year-old trans woman who just made a queer paradise in prison.
This is also possible.
The series is buck wild.
The queer prison paradise. Okay. I'm gonna capture this space and then beat up Drake. Holy shit! Holy shit, Kiku! Yeah, no, I love playing as
She is
Kiku.
everything
Goddamn.
that I wanted Tashiki to play like in this game.
You are over there. I'd have to go all the way around. Ah! The way this particular
This map's
designed.
obnoxious.
That's actually probably my biggest complaint about this game in general is map design. Like they try to stick to iconic layouts that exist in the series of like certain like specific things, specific pathways. But a lot of time those were designed to keep characters separated from each other very much on purpose, narratively. So trying to put them here just makes them really obnoxious maps to navigate.
Or
like having the giant stairwell in your fucking building does not make it more fun to play. There we go. We did 1,000 enemies. I gotta step up my game.
look, I mean, Jinbei may not be my playstyle in this game, but he's still my favorite character. I gotta do it right.
Alright, let me get back to the main fight. I was just capturing areas at that point.
I'm going to be a better grandfather to your son.
Oh god, literally right as I leave. Are you fucking
I'm
kidding
gonna be a
me?
better grandfather to Luffy than you, Garp. Eat shit, buddy.
Hell yeah. Literally right as I leave is when fucking enemies show up down here. Rescue Sabo from the Big Bad Wolf.
I find it funny because the only times I've ever seen Jabra show up in a side quest is it's with Carrot.
with
Save
Carrot, right?
save the rabbit from the Big Bad Wolf.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks for coming up here and saving me a trip, Drake.
Oh yeah, they made Garp Scottish. Or rather, they got a Scottish man to play Garp. I suppose they made Garp Scottish is a bit of a... What if they did specifically choose that, though? Like, not we got a Scottish actor, or not we got an actor who we asked to do a Scottish accent. It, like, from the ground up, like, asking... Great. Do you have your paperwork? Are you Scottish? You have to be... Are you sure?
You need to be this Scottish.
They call
you
this
need
the
to be
reverse
this Scottish
Doctor
to
Who.
consider this role.
They call it the reverse Doctor Who.
I don't know. I from what I heard, Scottish Garp fits.
Yeah, no, I'm just talking shit. I have not seen enough clips of Garp to really say one way or the other, but he's definitely not bad from everything I've seen. It doesn't feel out of place.
I will admit though, I really like his voice in the dub too, so it's different hearing Garp speaking in English and not be that voice. Like hearing Luffy open his mouth to speak and it's not calling Clickenbeard.
I gotta admit, I really do think that his voice
I didn't mean to imply that I don't think that. It's just weird because I'm used to it. Like I mostly watch the Japanese dub, but the English dub is pretty fucking good for most characters. I still don't know why Sanji's.
Yeah, I like Eric Vale is a
Absolutely.
fine enough actor, and he's as far as I know, a dude, like a bro. He's a hell of a bro. Hopefully he's not problematic, but he seems like on the scale of like Vic McNognog to like.
I'm so glad that.
I was gonna say Sabbath. He was accused of trading sex criminals. So like, I don't know. Like, point is I gotta get out of here. Shit. Oh no, I'm down. If you can res me, if possible.
Got you. I'm gonna die for it though.
Alright, caught it. Catching everybody. I caught everybody in my ult. Hopefully I can kill some people. One pacifista down.
I'm getting this rematch with a Kainu. That's for that hole in my chest, you fucking douche.
Yeah, Eric Vale seems like he'd be kind of an annoying douche, but like in a like he's just annoying way, not in a like actually problematic way. But he's also just, I don't know what the fuck he's doing.
Yeah, I don't think he plays Sanji well. Like, good actor overall, not a good choice of roles.
Like, he's too goofy, too quick, in my opinion. Like, it really just sounds like Eric Vale. Like, anything for you, Nami Swan. Anything for you, Nami Swan. And like, in my opinion, what Sanji's voice is from his voice actor in the original dub, and also just in general what they're trying to go for, is someone who is trying very hard to be taken seriously quickly, because he is 19 years old, and then 21 after the time skip.
Yeah, 21 now.
So he has the presentation of being suave, and then very quickly cracks if he either sees a woman that he really likes, or if he gets too angry.
If he sees a woman.
This is correct. And like, they basically just made him, like, I don't know, he kind of just sounds like Trunks when Eric Vale stopped being able to do the Trunks voice.
Yeah.
Like, it just sounds like an Eric Vale voice. It's like Yuri the Lenthal, where, like, he's not doing a bad job. He's a good actor. It just doesn't sound like the character, and more to the point, just sounds like every other role this person's done lately. But also, One Piece is such a massive fucking series, and not to mention they've had a history of weird dubs, that when it comes to casting for the dub, it's a little strange at times, because they've got so many fucking characters to account for.
Oh, yeah.
And, this also comes up later, they don't always know when a character is going to be a major character or not.
As with Jinbei!
So, Jinbei's actor is fine. He's fine. He sounds believable. He sounds affable. He's not putting in a fraction of the fucking emotion that Jinbei's like original dub actor is putting in.
Yeah.
Because they didn't know Jinbei was gonna be one of the Straw Hats, was gonna be one of the main characters. The world's most powerful pirates, with Whitebeard and his sons, beat back the challengers.
Well, since we were talking about giants, I'm going to play a giant.
You can play Smoothie?
Which would you prefer, Smoothie or Katakuri?
Play Katakuri.
Cool.
We'll get to Smoothie eventually.
Yeah. Smoothie, or as she's better known, the most overpowered character in this game by far. You know you gotta play Ace.
Yeah, I'm gonna play Ace.
Like, come on.
Hey, buddy. Speaking of queers. Like, I'll stop calling everybody in this series gay if Oda stops making everybody in the series gay. But he's not showing any signs of stopping, so why should I? Like, fucking, let's be perfectly honest. Yamato and Ace are boyfriends.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's, like, if it's not explicit, which I appreciate it not being explicit, Oda's made very clear that, like, that style of relationship isn't really his focus for the main characters, like the core characters, especially the Straw Hats. Like, that's just not the story he's telling. So it doesn't need to be, like, they don't need to turn to the camera and say, I'm transgender. They saved that for Kiku doing that to Chopper. Who literally has an entire scene looking at Chopper and saying, let me explain what it means to be a trans woman.
And then, in addition, Kiku's brother is a cis crossdresser, and they have to explain the difference there, too.
Like, specifically a crossdresser, yeah.
Yes. Again, he is a cisgender man. He just really likes cross-dressing.
Swear to God, I thought you saw top surgery scars on Ace's model. Fucking might as well be. Let's be real.
Yeah.
That one, like, when we talk about Yamato being transmasked, that's literally
that's text. That's just
when we
text.
talk about Crocodile being transmasked, that is a very probable fan theory. When we talk about Ace being transmasked, that is purely headcanon. There is nothing in the series that is explicitly saying one way or the other anything of that regard. But, like
he has the energy.
I have met so many queers. He has a very specific queer energy.
I mean, he's at least gay. Trans is up for debate, but he is at least a gay guy.
He's wearing the cowboy hat. Oh, speaking of gay. Hi, Law. I could say speaking of gay for like every fucking character that shows up.
Yeah.
Like, as much as we were talking about how like boring we find Zoro because he hasn't had any development since just after the time skip. Yeah. I would argue the time skip was still development for him. Like that whole event.
Yeah, the scene with Mihawk was actually really good development. All jokes aside.
And just the whole action too. Like even doing that in the first place, being willing to ask him for help.
Like, to get down on his fucking knees and beg his rival for help. That was awesome. That was genuinely really good for him. And it's also a lot, very funny because a lot of people, since Wano, have been shitting on Sanji for asking Robin for help. I'm like, bro, your goat got on his hands and knees to beg his fucking rival to teach him to use a sword. Asking for help is not a pitiable thing, my guys.
I've talked about this on... There used to be this cool blogging website called Twitter. I don't know what happened to it. But... Like,
no, I think it's rebranded to Blue Sky or something.
A lot... a lot of characters in One Piece, a lot of very masculine characters are seen crying and asking for help and being grateful and thankful and like it's
full
never,
on ugly crying too.
It's never played off as a joke. Oda's idea of what it means to be masculine is very emotional. Is like someone who is still very willing to express themselves and like doesn't just try to hide it. Characters who do behave like that are shown as flawed.
Yes, Whitebeard is one of the most masculine characters in the series, literally the strongest man in the world, and he is seen crying several times.
Here's Whitebeard now.
Like, being emotionally vulnerable is seen as an inherent part of both masculinity, but in general humanity in this series. And I fucking love it for that, because so many series, especially shonen, don't get that shit right. Like, usually the main character is the special one for being very masculine and all that, but also being emotionally vulnerable.
Yeah, exactly. That's the thing. It's like,
but all the big, strong men aren't.
The main character being shown as crying or as being emotional is shown as like a big narrative shift moment of like things have taken a difference in tone. In One Piece, that shit happens all the time. People are crying all the fucking time. Men are crying all the time. Because sometimes things are so emotional that you cry, and that's fine. Like, the series never pretends that's something to be ashamed of or to hide away.
Now, some characters think that.
I was gonna say, there's also times when there are characters who are shown as like purposefully trying to hide that or telling other people to hide it, and oftentimes those characters are fascists and villains. And it's not saying explicitly anyone who feels that way is that. It is saying that
Zoro doesn't. Zoro cries like once in East Blue, and I don't think I've seen him cry in the entire series again. Because he doesn't have emotions and doesn't have a character. But jokes aside, he is someone who hides his emotions and keeps them close, or his his softer emotions and keeps that close to his chest.
I didn't quite kill Buggy, so we're
Well,
just kind of chilling now. We're buddies.
As Ivankov pelvic thrusts against Buggy on my screen.
We're buddies, bud. When I was a kid, I got yelled at and told to grow up. You're 10. You're too old to cry. But when my brother cried, my mom was right there to comfort him. This idea that you have reached the point where you should no longer be expressing what emotions you're feeling.
Insane.
Wouldn't you fucking know it leads to a lot of adults who are unable to express their emotions in a healthy way.
Yeah.
I think I've got one more in me. Let's do.
It's the one right below it, right? Because you haven't done that one yet either.
Anybody who doesn't give me treats.
Yep.
All right. Fighting alongside the Big Mom Pirates.
In that case, it is now time. Okay. I'm gonna bring one more DLC character out. Should it be Killer or should it be Smoothie?
Smoothie. I think people will be normal about Smoothie for a moment.
No.
I'm gonna play as Nico Robin. We're gonna get those sweets.
You know, I'm really noticing you really do jive with technique characters.
Yeah. Once I understand the game flow of the character, like they tend to be pretty like the game flow is this character does this thing and then you're supposed to string into these styles of combos, whether it be air juggling or trying to stun them into grabs. There's like a bunch of different things. And once I understand the flow for a character, I find trying to set up for it very satisfying.
The only technique character I'm like good with is Hancock. But I do like Nami and Robin. I'm just bad at them.
So yeah, Robin can create extra limbs and clones of herself with her double quick.
Yep. Which she generally uses to murder people by snapping their necks. Hey Sherry.
Yes.
You ready? Ready to be normal?
Oh, I'm being normal already.
Yeah.
I'm being normal right now.
Alright.
Alright, Smoothie, go for it.
Yup. Smoothie can get big.
Y'all can be normal for a bit. It's fun.
I know I sure can't be. Oh my god.
Oh, there's no escape. And there we go.
Thank you, camera.
Over here.
The camera really does not know what to do when you're a little too close to this giant smoothie, so it just kind of zooms in on her crotch.
This is crucial. This is really important. These are not fetishes that are conducive to specific viewers or players or readers of One Piece media.
These are Oda's.
Oda is very open about the shit that he's into. Like, if you read the extended media, like the SBS material, like he's goes
not
into,
subtle. He's many things, but he's not subtle.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight up, I know authors who use subtlety and they're all cowards shit. Not on the topic of fetishes, but this is the same guy who I am thoroughly convinced that he did this in response to fans talking about One Piece going woke because of trans characters, and then decided to be like, oh no, I'm being too subtle, okay, and wrote in the line, discrimination creates solace from a fascist, from an open self-avowed fascist.
And also, again, just like multiple explicitly trans characters who take a solid, 2 pages of the text to explain what it means to be trans.
Yeah.
Like, honestly fun shit. Stomp, 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 stomp. No, Luffy. No.
No, Luffy, we're discussing kinks. You can't be here.
You're asexual, canonically.
Yeah, straight up.
Like, actually canonically asexual to the point that it's a gameplay mechanic in this game.
Yes.
We haven't talked about that. So, Boa Hancock is a character in this game. If you don't know her from the series, she is, quote, the world's most beautiful woman who has a devil fruit that makes it so anyone who is, in her particular case, this is not the case of the devil fruit in general, just the devil fruit having it.
The devil fruit reacts to people's emotions towards the wielder. So, in her case, because she's a very vain person, it is to people who are sexually attracted to her. Which Oda did an example of if somebody else had it, say Blackbeard, it would be anyone who feels fear.
Yes. And
so it just changes from user to user. Very important to note because we because of recent events.
I wasn't planning to get into that. But
no, I know, but we did. If people see the recent events and the Seraphim and only know Hancock's power as sexual attraction, there's gonna be a lot of questions and a lot of slander thrown around.
But okay, so what she is, Boa Hancock is running an entire country of only women and uses her devil fruit to be able to get everyone to swoon over her, including all of the women of this island and all of the women of the world and all of the men of the world, except people who are specifically not sexually attracted to her. There is a list of characters who are not sexually attracted to her in this game, and therefore she cannot use her power to turn to stone in this game. These characters, not all of them, but they include certain characters that make sense, like Chopper, for instance. He's a reindeer and a child. He's not really into human women.
Yeah, he is explicitly not attracted to human women. However, Parrot is still affected, which means she's going to have quite a fun discovery. She gets old.
Yeah, exactly. She just needs time to process those emotions.
Yeah.
And someone keep Hancock away from her, I guess. Anyways, she uses her power. She uses this power on everyone and just turns into stone to just leave them, so she doesn't have to deal with them anymore.
She just doesn't want to fucking deal with your bullshit, so she turns you to stone and leaves.
But yeah. So other characters include Luffy, who both in the series and in this game is not affected by Hancock's power because he is asexual. He is not sexually attracted to her, does not really understand the concept of sexual attraction, and doesn't care. Another character who is immune to Hancock is Law.
Because he is gay.
Because he's gay. So Law is also not affected by this.
I need you to understand, there is nothing in the text that implies that Law would be immune. Nothing.
Yeah, there is
nothing in the text explicitly claims, explicitly states.
Fucking devil.
Yeah. Explicitly states that he's gay, or that he would be immune to Hancock's devil fruit powers. They just looked at this guy and they made that decision on the fly.
Like, oh no, we get that. We understand.
Oh, we get Law. Yeah, we understand Law.
I don't even need to consider you. Oh yeah, you fucking problematic gay.
This is also the same gay who was turned into a woman by another person's devil fruit powers.
Force femme. Oda is not fucking subtle about his fetishes.
And then explicitly could have kept fighting in his new femme form and said, no, this is wrong, and forced himself back to being a man.
He used his devil fruit to detransition himself in real time.
He is so gay, he can't even stand the concept of being a woman. It's so good.
Yeah, he's our problematic gay. I love him.
Yeah, Law's awesome.
Yeah, If you look up like femme Law, you'll probably see like
the manga panel where that happens. Yeah.
Yeah. Oda has a thing for force femming characters.
This happens a lot.
It happens to Sanji a couple of times in different ways.
It does. Oh, it does.
Yeah. Like in different degrees and different definitions of force femming.
And also, very importantly, and why I made the joke about trans femme Sanji. Sanji's into it.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of. God. Good God.
All of the queers coming in.
They're all the ones who want candy.
And speaking of
maybe
another
they're
queer,
being homophobic.
my trans-masked king, Frankie himself.
Yeah, Frankie is another character a la Ace who there is no, like, this is worth making the distinction on because there are canonically trans characters in One Piece who are explicitly in the text trans. And then there are ones who are
Frankie is just an allegory.
Trans. And then there's Frankie who any reading of is an allegory for, if not a trans kid, at least a kid, like, could be, like, a trans kid could definitely see himself in Frankie's shoes. As someone who's, like...
Man literally gave himself top surgery.
Yeah, like,
in the text, gave himself top surgery.
Fucking, like, redesigned his chest in real time. Was abandoned by his parents for being too rambunctious and not being the good little kid, the good quiet kid they wanted.
Specifically for being different.
Exactly.
They did explicitly highlight. Everyone's like, oh, you were a rambunctious kid, but he would just say he was kicked out for being different.
Yeah.
He's also a character who we know at least is straight or bisexual because we do know he's attracted to women. He gets a very, very prominent smooch in Dressrosa.
Ow! Ow! But yeah, One Piece is a series about queer people fighting an oppressive government to fight for the basic rights of all life on this planet. And with the explicit goal of trying to tear down the fascist regime that is currently in place and replace it with one where everyone is free. Luffy's entire reason to want to be the king of pirates is because whoever is the king of the pirates is the most free. And therefore he will never have to worry about his friends being ostracized or taken away from him again. It is a series about finding friends, about finding family, and about finding them despite oppressive people who hate you just for being different. It is a very queer series. It is a very, very lefty series. It is buried in a lot of context of the time and culture that is not American culture that is specific to Japan or other cultures that Oda is, like, inspired by and sometimes cribbing from. It's not a fucking perfect series. It has flaws.
Oh god, no.
But
no. It is far from perfect.
It is, in my opinion, a show and a series that has done more good for getting, like, anti-fascist ideology into kids' heads without really that being I don't think anyone was trying to do that specifically, except I personally believe Oda has the philosophy that a lot of people should have of fascism is bad and must be fought actively.
Yeah.
So, like, this entire series is about seeing the systemic issues that exist in government, questioning them, seeing the people who uphold them, understanding the reasons they're upholding them is just to retain their own power over people they see as lesser as them, and that the solution is to punch them in the face and to fight them, because otherwise they'll just keep taking. If you play by their rules, if you try to exist in their structure, they will continue to exist on top of you. Anyways, you should watch One Piece. It's a good series. I needed to ramble about it for a while.
It's a good series. It's a very long series, but it's a good series.
Thank you so much for coming by. Thank you so much for putting up with this rambling. Punch the oppressors. Yes, the lesson One Piece is trying to say is that it's only a handful of people who are trying to ruin the world out of greed. We know their names and addresses. Sorry, Jeff Bezos is calling me. My phone is, like, vibrating away from me. I can't quite reach it anymore. It's vibrated off the table and is, like, trying to get it's actively running.
Yeah, it's probably not important.
I think it's fine. Y'all have been fantastic. Thank you so much for chilling with us on this fun Sunday after. What's it, Sunday? Is today Sunday?
Today is Sunday, yes.
Fuck yeah, I got that right. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. And take it easy. I'm gonna try and do more streams. It's just, again, I'm looking outside and the world is on fire, so it's a little hard to, you know, get the mental health together to do it. But when I do it, I fucking do it, eh?
Yeah.
Take care.